Troy University has announced an update on its on-campus mask requirement. The university's coronavirus task force met this week and decided that teachers will have to make the decision in the coming week of whether or not they will require students to wear a mask in their classroom.
They will have to communicate with their students in their classes to let them know what their decision is, if they're going to wear a mask or if they're going to make it mask optional. No one will have the ability to completely mandate the removal of the mask. So if students want to wear the mask in a classroom, they'll be able to do that. If faculty want the students in their class to wear a mask, they'll be able to do that. But they also have the flexibility to make it optional.
Masks will continue to not be required in open air spaces on campus. The coronavirus task force also added a few locations to the list of where masks are not required on campus.
We'll continue with the current exceptions that are in place. We are not requiring to wear a mask at athletic venues, open air spaces. We're going to add to that common areas on campus, the Trojan Center, inside building, hallways, and that nature. Faculty will have to make a determination next week as to whether or not they're going to make the mask optional in their instructional space or they're going to require a mask in their instructional space.
With the decision to let teachers decide whether or not to require a mask, Tatum says the coronavirus task force felt comfortable with a more flexible mask requirement as COVID case count numbers continue to trend down on campus.
We think we've made enough positive strides that we can give a little bit of flexibility in the mask wearing on campus.
The coronavirus task force will meet again before the end of the semester, but as for now, they do not anticipate they will have to make any changes to the COVID guidelines on campus for the spring semester.
So we want to meet prior to the end of the semester just to make sure that we've covered our bases within the fall time frame. But we also need to start discussing what we'll do for the spring semester as well. I don't anticipate that we'll make any changes to the mask recommendation by the end of the fall. But again, like everything else with the pandemic, it really is a week-to-week, month-to-month type of situation.